Okie dokie. So, on that down a little bit. We're gonna get back into this. So just to recap where we are. Crap, here's stuff to do. Be doing these things later, but I have kind of important things to do. Game that I play. So while there are nobody here, let's just quickly do that. So okay, so Unity has given me one error. I just want to check where is this coming from. Generator, yeah, obviously. Right. Let's see. It is linking 2 items. Interesting. The room 3x. So there's 2 things, right? Because there's it's a 2 link would be the first one. So I'd want to know what is the second one that I'm connecting here. Base, 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 base. Transform. Parent. Where's the parent room? L5. Room L5. Was room 5 and room 20. So that's the this. Okay. So this one's effing up. Okay. I didn't even see that one. Because yeah, there's that one and then there's this that has an issue right now. Those are the major issues. So why is this one not working out? Because does it not have enough space? Because I guess it's... Oh yeah. That must be that one of these doors is not properly spaced out. If I take my canvas out here, just so I can see. I guess they do. Yeah, okay, so right here, this is on, or it's picking up the full one rather than straddling it, right? So that's not actually correct. Problem is, which one's actually the cause of that problem? I guess, you know, if this one's corner is there, that would mean it should be actually more over. I think that's... Probably more sign that this one is wrong rather than... Maybe that's how all the other doors work. Versus this one, which does start there, but then... Yeah, maybe that's... problem there. Yeah, that's probably the issue. Is the L room. Let's see if the L room... Where else is the L room used? Let's use there. Used here, which might be actually part of the problem with this whole stuff, right? Although here it seems relatively fine. Right? But again, yeah, I guess so the idea is that the curve, this should be further out, right? Everything else goes like that, right? They shouldn't be ending there, they should be ending either on the line, like it should be basically on the corner, or it should be, yeah. So that's how the other ones do it, right? So there's like that, that. Yeah, all my other rooms are like that. I might just move these ones down. That'll actually bump it up in the end. If it keeps this one at all. It might not even spawn this one here in the mid. There's a large chain of changes that changing those rooms will do, but it should hopefully be mostly the same. But I think that's definitely the problem. Is that the L-shaped room does not conform to standards that I have. Right? Yeah. Pretty obvious do it in this area. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna definitely need to figure out some sort of way of validating this in the future, so that this is not so crazy. Because just trying to go through this and fix all these, it's kind of a nightmare. Because you only really notice it once other things start screwing up. And yeah. I guess the way to do that would be to be able to verify if any of these doors are in a specific spacing, right? I should probably be able to tell from that angle. I guess as well based on their whatchamacallits, you know, like their direction. They should have a specific facing to them in their kind of right direction, or their perpendicular direction. That would be the kind of the thing I would need to check. All right, well, let's just fix this at least for now, and then eventually I'll get to that validation, because right now I'm just trying to make sure the whole thing works, and then I can kind of get to the other stuff. The question is whether or not I want to slide these doors down, so it's just going to go straight out, or if I want to put them up. I feel like down makes it flow better. This probably will result in the least amount of changes to the whole overall map. So we're gonna try that. So basically, okay, well actually I need to go open this. And then it goes like that, and then just have one of these doors go like that, and then go like that. That seems to do it. I will have to address the colliders in a little bit, but in short, that's that. Go. Okay. And then, all right, and then this one will go. Let's go make way for that. And then yeah, colliders. This is the major downside of having. Yeah, I can select them either. I have to just kind of click through them and find the one that. Or actually, this one. So this one needs to be 28 now. And then one down. And then that's fine. That's not. And that's also not. And this one now needs to be 4 and one down. And just to verify, the colliders. Yeah, good. Save. Okay. Oh crap. Didn't change the points. So those are gonna have to. Yeah. Fine, whatever. They'll still be broken. I know. Whatever. Okay. Away. So nav points. Which ones need to be moved? This one needs to go down there, and then this one go down there. And then I will just file those. Okay. Then let's hide the prefab world like this. Okay. Yeah, and actually that looks nice now. So that was probably the part of the problem, is because this spacing was too small. Like that would never actually happen in a normal spacing. So that's why it was so ugly. Aha. Okay, they're still missing. Like this one no longer is missing, but this one has a missing storage closet for some reason. So perpendicular closest point is not a junction. So that's probably indicative that there's another error maybe on that point. So let's do one more run and just see if anything happens here. Okay. So, Visual Studio. What's going on here? Let's again go back up here to generate. I just want to see what room 3x3 and room 10. And what are the... Oh, it's actually trying to connect 3. So 3x3 10 is the first one. Sometimes I wish I like just made these things have some sort of reference to what they're all connected to. I wonder if I can just be like, text point. It doesn't really tell me all of the other points, right? And this is in setting of all 3. Probably what's happening is that this thing is like creating 2, it's getting this, it's continuing, it's not adding this section, and then that's why that section's there. Because neither of these are junction points. Okay, well, let's just go from this. If I go base, 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 transform, parent, and its parent is room B11. Okay. So let's click play. Room B11. Okay, yeah, no, I can see that one. That doesn't actually solve that issue, but room B11 in 3x3. I think a 3x3 10 was one of them. But what was that supposed to be connecting to, I guess? Interesting, yeah, so it doesn't actually even have an error for that guy there. Yeah. Right, yeah, so it's trying to connect this to something. I think it's this room. But I feel like this room is already connected to that, so I don't know. Or maybe it's trying to connect to like this. That actually could be a possibility. Could be trying to connect to these two over here. And it doesn't have a junction because it's aligned. Interesting. Because, yeah, these are just 2 corridors, right? Um, so if there is no junction, how do I deal with that? Because okay, so this was if you're in alignment to it, right? Like connects online, right? So this thing is coming out straight onto the line. Oh no, but again, it shouldn't be connecting these two, because if it was doing that, then okay, actually, one thing I'm gonna do is navigation points, just for something to make me actually be able to identify. Because the problem is they're all named something that's totally ambiguous, and I don't like that anymore. Okay, so I feel like this name setting is probably bad. So what I'm gonna do, I'm no longer do that. I guess I'll do it if I'm not playing. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that if I'm not playing. Just to... Does it even help if I'm not playing? Yeah, whatever. If application dot is playing... Oh, so do the not there. And then what I want to do is in awake, this doesn't run in runtime, right? Okay. Probably do something to the name here. Probably I'll do hashtag if unity underscore editor hashtag and if. Okay, so if it's the Unity editor, then I will probably set the name, and I'm gonna set the name so partially do this, but then I'm gonna add more to it. Or maybe I should do start, because awake will happen so quickly that it may not have been renamed yet. So let's do start. Private. Just start, right? And what I want to do is go and room equals get component in parent room, and then I will say actually I can't do the It just needs to be in parentheses. Yeah, it needs to be in parentheses, otherwise it doesn't understand. Okay, so they don't have the room name, at least in here. And that's just gonna help me, like, look at these things and be like, okay, that's there. This is here. So much more. Okay. So let's just, with that done and saved, because then I can also just search them up in here and it'll be so much easier. Yeah. Yeah. And again, this is point. Oh wait, it hasn't changed? Why not, like, wait a frame after... Oh, maybe I don't. I just, like, spawn all of them. Okay, well, let's just... go and chill, I guess, so... Might not need to do that, like, production builds, but a long way away production builds. That hasn't had its name changed. Good. They do eventually get changed, but like... That's annoying. Defeats kind of the purpose of doing that. I did recompile the... Oh, maybe I just compile the yield return change. Quite possible. That would be entirely possible. Let's see. Yeah, room B11. And I can actually check then. I go all the way to the top here to connect, right? Because there's 3 ones. So 10. How is it? It is actually trying to connect to itself, which shouldn't be possible. I guess the way it's doing it is that the first room is not the thing that it's connecting to. Right, okay. And so let's just, okay, so 12 and 4 and 4 and 12. 12 and 4 and 4 and 12. Okay, so let's see what those points are. 12 and 4, 4 and 12. 12 and 4, 4 and 12. Okay. So, like, hypothetically, this should be able to connect this to this, right? Um... But I'm maybe thinking what's happening is that it's trying to connect this section or something. This is like the closest one, or this is the one it's thinking it needs to connect to. But in reality, it should be trying to connect to this junction point. Um, um, okay, so let's go into here. Okay. So junction to connect to obviously is null. Current best starting point is 12 and 4. And this is the junction point. Current best, which direction are you going? Oh no, this is going... Oh no, it's going... Yeah, it's going down. So it is that one that's starting from that point. So why does it think this is the current best? Is, I guess, the question. Because this is actually once... This is the one that it actually thinks is the best. Because none of these should be it. It's probably something in here where it's thinking it's closer, but it's behind it, so I probably need to do something there. I saw this work pointed. Okay. Let me go take this game object and I want the name. No, okay. On points name. So then I can just hold on to that. So where point, okay. Copy value. What I wanted to be able to do is breakpoint this whole section. Edit breakpoint. Point dot name. Equals that. Okay. Good. Oh. It doesn't have that part. At a breakpoint, just this, right? Base, 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 game object dot base name. What's that? Yeah, okay. And what was it doing? Okay, so got my thing here. So just kind of skip down here. There's only going to be 3 quarter lanes, right? All right, so the first lane so this is not the one it will find, but this is actually the one I probably should use. Access line value, right? 66. Min max is 50 and 55. Distance. So what am I doing here? Versus oh, my brain is hurting just from trying to remember what this is doing. So from what I recall, I needed to take the point axis line and try to figure out if it's less than it, or if it's a maximum greater than it, then it needs to turn, right? And it needs to turn that distance to get to that junction point. That's kind of the idea. That's how far it would have to go. But if because yeah, this is just trying to get I just don't know why I use min here. Because effectively get access line value. It's the if I go to this, right? This. Will output the lowest value. There, and then the maximum value there, right? But if that's the case, why do I just grab that there and minus it? Because if I need to draw this out in paint, this needs to be painted. Okay, so it's over here, put this over here. I'll like minimize that, okay? Right, so I have on here a perpendicular if no parallel lines. Right, you can say that's we're only caring about this if there's no parallel lines, right? So this is this and the point corridor well, I guess point corridor only has a min right now because it doesn't have an endpoint, right? Like this whole point is it is in this sense there's a door right up here, right? So and it's going this way, right? But this way, point corridor is a direction of 1. Like, what the? Why not? Does not equal 0. Means this is a direction of 1. Oh, right. Okay, so this is the one that goes up. Okay, but I understand. That's the reason why I only use item 1 here, because point corridor dot min max is gonna obviously just have 1 value there. So I don't really care about, I guess, this particular iteration. But let's just check. It says the distance ends up being 20. And it will be denoted as the best line because the only line so far, right? Then we go back in here. Then we have a line again that is 0. Means a perpendicular. Again, the point corridor goes out, and then so this is the other perpendicular line. Right, okay. I think I know what's going on. So we have basically our line here and our line here, right? This is like the corridor that's pre-established, and then we have another door up here. And what's happening is it really should be choosing this line because we want it to go like this and like this. But it's not doing that because it's thinking that this is actually closer, which is a false thing to think because it's not in its forward direction, right? So what we should do basically here is if basically I want to know if I'm going up or right, and then I would need to know, is the max value of yeah, if its max value is less than my position, and then if it's not, then I need to just actually, I guess this absolute might handle it. No, I guess because and this gets the position. So maybe I should always absolute it, but maybe I want to do this after, right? So I take a little space here, and what I can do is I don't know if I have anything for like the direction is positive or negative. Not directly there, no. Okay. So then, yeah, the best thing I would think to say is, okay, below here I will now say distance equals math f dot abs of distance. But I won't do it right away because knowing if it's positive or negative is useful. So the way I could check this is basically again, this is the line. The current spawn position, direction, end point, starting point. If this is a negative Z, that is going to give me the whatever is the it would be like the 10, right? I guess you can check that by just checking if with both of these. Yeah, both of these have 10, right? So it would be 10. And my point corridor starting point is 18. Right? And so if this guy has a forward direction and it's less, so this would be 11 or 10 minus 18, which would be negative. Right? So it would be negative 8. And if it's negative 8 and I have a positive direction, so if the signs are mismatched, then I would continue, basically. Because so obviously if it's the other way, if it's a negative direction, that would actually be fine, those 2 points. But then again, in the opposite, if it was the opposite direction and the distance was positive, that would be bad. I'm just trying to think. I'm making sure that's never gonna issues, but I think yeah, because it's always, the assumption is it's always coming out and then something's coming in to join it in these situations. It's never gonna be like you, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think that is fair to assume that okay, so if math f dot sine of distance does not equal the math f dot sine of my point corridor dot direction dot x plus point corridor dot direction dot z. Okay, now that's a little bit so I'm gonna just put a note here. That will have a value, right? Because there's only going to be this way. Just need to know if they are positive or not. Okay. And in this case, I will just continue. It's like a bad thing. It will not work. This will not work. Alright, so it's not even gonna like choose it as a bad case scenario. It's not good. So we shall see. That solves my little conundrum here. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't make a file. Did save up here, right? Yeah. Okay, recompiled now. Good. Yeah, let's F5 it and see if that has solved it. Okay. So yeah, it does kind of break the rule of like going into the same room, but I mean, it looks really fine there, right? That's okay. Well, that one's solved now. I wonder why. Yeah, let's just like briefly check room by room. Looks good, looks good, looks good. It's good. good. All these look good. 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 All these look good. Sweet. Okay. And then I have my little dude here. Looking around. The actual frames are pretty good here. It was like weird, like at one point when I was first doing this, it was like really bad frames. And there's going to be a lot of optimization because you're not going to be able to, like, there's no point in having render this, like the camera render all the way down that hallway because the darkness is just not going to let you render all the way down that hallway anyways. So yeah, it's just there's no point. So I'll probably be dramatically lowering that in a little bit. There, where are you? Main camera, right? Like it's got a pretty wide open plane. It could probably be lowered down quite substantially, but it doesn't need to be at the moment, at least. It's fine for the time being. Okay, and then so now that that's good, I'm gonna set this back to start it, and then just try a couple more levels just to verify that obviously not just my seed that I've been working on works. Looks cool. It's a cool little area over there. Like section. You get a little like random some enclaves, but like I think that's fine. Like just kind of like a section you clear and then you keep going, right? That's really cool though. I don't know. At least I find it cool because I just made it, but I don't know. I think it's really cool just to see this all coming together and working nicely, you know? Ooh, there's a bad thing. Okay, so let's pause on that for a second. Why is that happening? Like, I mean, I guess it's just kind of saying that yeah, there's probably just nothing to stop it from doing that. It's interesting that I guess maybe no, because if this guy went first, he would have connected over there. I want to see how this logic went. It's not. There's no error there. So I mean, so technically, right, there should be overlaps, right? So, so this one definitely goes first, and then it doesn't though think to connect that, but it does. Later on, just make this part anyways. Because it's probably like the minimum distance. Like there should be like the minimum distance. Like these should probably not have decided to connect. Would be my thought. Instead, like this should have just been a storage closet, and then these two should have connected. Right, that's probably what should have happened. Oh yeah, these don't connect because of their same direction doors. That's why that didn't happen. Okay. Okay. I do somewhat want to like enable support for some direction doors. It just opens up a whole can of worms of like weirdness and stuff, but I think it'd be cool. Yeah, like why didn't this one like decide that I want to connect here or something? But then this one did. Okay, so corridor 48, which actually means I need to okay, first and foremost, before I forget, so that is 48, but I do need to go copy this seed and paste that there. Okay. Then in map generator 48, so I need to go and do 47. In here. And a breakpoint corridor count equals 47. You know what would make this a lot easier to understand? 1 and then there we go. And then I just need to now go and actually make it 48 because now it will be 48. Okay. I didn't click enter, so okay, now it is 48. Right? Okay. You know, maybe I'm just gonna go so re-enable my debug generation. Just because then I will get to see some more stuff. Okay. Oh, of course. I didn't. I didn't recompile. Okay. So yeah, just generate all the rooms. It's fine. And then I'm gonna do this because I just want to get to 42. And so yeah. Okay. So I need to set this back to 47. So I need to set it before so that by the time I've let go, it'll actually stop on there. Again, sorry. Because it doesn't really matter if this is here right now. Boom, and then boom. This. So let's play. And okay, so this room, okay, so it's starting from that left room. It actually first tries to do that, realizes that that's not going to happen. Well, technically it could, but it's not going to happen in this system. So it generates that. And then, okay, and so now it's actually this one and this one. And they realize, I guess they can totally make things happen. And so they just do. Okay. So then, again, go back, change it to 48. Going back into this whole thing. Basically, yeah, it just draws them, right? It doesn't even, so. What I do want to do is just in the else here, put none of the reds. And then I'm gonna say I'll do green. Alright, so these are like good. So it's saying, hey, this is something that we found that's good. And so put off play, compile. Dun, dun, dun. All right, generate G. Then I still have my breakpoint. Actually, I do need to edit back just to 47, just because I want to be safe here. And then, ooh, breakpoint. Okay, haja. Yeah, so this is still the one before it, which is fine. Okay. All right, so it's basically done that, and it's saying that is fine. Now, Just how do we want like? I don't know if I want to use the bounds to actually stomp that. Maybe I just do a check and say like, hey, if you're parallel, or if you're parallel, but if you're parallel and you're not perfectly aligned. So obviously, if it's perfectly aligned, doesn't matter. You can connect then. But if we're going to require a turn, you gotta have at least 2 units of space. Right? Because then it has space on each side to do. So that's probably going to be the rule. I should probably have some way of figuring that out, right? So I get a random one, right? And then I set out some values for it. So in the same direction, move on. If it's here, right? So if this is the opposing, right? So yeah, this was I think to stop the ones from like happening from behind it. But yeah, so basically just add a thing in here that it's not the line position. Yeah, these are nav points, right? So what I want to get from here is the distance on their axis. That's what I want to get. The way I could do this is get their directions and then multiply that by their position and make sure the direction is signed. Not signed, absoluted. Then only the one that has the direction value would be preserved. I already know that they're facing away, like facing opposing each other, which is fine. But can I actually have this, right? Maybe I should just be doing this. Alright, so bounds contains, right? I could just be setting the position to be a little bit more forward in my direction. That'd be the min, right? God, this one big line. Okay, so I set the position. Yeah, I kind of feel that I've lost the plot a little bit when I'm setting both of these values. It does seem a little crazy to me. Because the y is 0 and I'm setting both of these. So it's just a lot longer of a line than it probably needs to be. This one kind of makes sense, but you could just go pause dot x, right? And in this case, I actually want to add to the pause dot x or such. Because I want to have that minimum. I only use the max here, right? It's... Yeah, min is never used. Which is peculiar. So I don't want to remove that now. This is just a float range, right? I could actually just, if I integrate the min max in there, I don't have to do anything here. Right, so in that case, quarter link. Or is this quarter link. I want to actually incorporate the min. Yeah, and I'm gonna redo these. It's so ugly. Oh my god. This is what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just a vector 3 min max, and then in here min equals new vector 3 pause dot x comma 0 comma this. Like I like my things for my new X values and stuff for certain stuff, but This is just a little ridiculous. Then it would just pos x plus the max. Just gonna comment this out for now, just in case I fuck something up in the copy and paste, like not writing max there. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I feel like that's a lot easier to read in this case. I need to change a lot here, but it's just what life is. Okay. Actually, that's the correct one. And then the max is plus max, and then plus there. So pos x, just to clarify, min is pos x and pos 0 just by itself. Puzzle. Okay. Right, and then the max is pos x plus the max and pos z plus the max. Okay. And this is min. So this is x but with z minus the max, and then with just x changing, but z is the same. Okay. Yeah, so that's the only thing changed, and then the other thing changed here is it's this plus or this. Pos z minus pos z plus and then pos z minus. Pos z plus and pos z minus. But then why is one, okay, one is z, one normal, one is z being normal. One is x being normal, the other one is x being normal. Right, okay, and then one is the minus, one is the plus. One is the minus, one is the plus. And then for the other situation, it's always pos z and then pos plus. Pos x minus pos x plus. Yeah, so in this case, yeah, the z's are always doing things, but they're always just minus or, okay, yeah, so that is symmetrical. And then at the very bottom here, I just need to go bounds dot set min max min comma max. Okay. But the whole thing that I was going to do here as well is that actually I want to add to this in the case of this, and min yeah, this guy dot min. Right, and then in this case it's gonna be minus min, I believe. because it's it's going there, but it's also slightly less. Is there, and then only thing here plus the Z, right? The min, and then same thing here, but minus. Okay. Because then that should actually account for my minimum, and then this is just 1 unit, right? It's whatever this is. That's whatever my min unit grid size is 2, I guess. Okay, so 2. So I might even just go like 2.1. Be safe here. Let's see, does that stop my horrendousness? Guess we'll see. We. Okay. F5. Boom. Boom. Still accepts it. Of course, I didn't freaking recompile. Man, if I had a penny each time I didn't recompile, I'd be a couple pennies richer. That would be the day. Could buy something for $1. And then we, and thank you for acknowledging and stopping there. Ah, crap. Of course I pressed the wrong skip button, but it still made it. That's interesting. Maybe instead of the one lower down. Anyway, I'll just copy this basically. Oh, these aren't the right type of bounds, are they? No. Ah, yeah, never mind. Okay. Which I did actually recompile. I mean, I made changes, so I don't actually know if the Okay. I mean, got some rounds. And I want to basically just. This thing only finds one room, right? Okay. -1. I'm on the wrong one. Okay, so now what did I have? Quarter count 57. Right, okay, I don't care about this corridor. I'm still in corridor 57. Now I'm in corridor 58. And the dot is -1. Right, and then so to check is kind of the thing that's new here. So yeah, 12. Yeah, so it is comparing against this one and this one, right? So these are the two. And then so you would think this bounds of max and min. Then what is this position? -16 and -32. So okay, so the x is actually in there. Right, then the max is 14, and the min is -42. And then this guy's position, right? Again, x is 16, and the x is the thing that matters. X is -16, which is within -14 to that. Actually, it's quite interesting. Okay, so check causes -12. Am I doing it the wrong way? It'd be like maybe it should be double then, because you had this 4-way then. If this guy's position is 16, right, and then this guy's position, which is a fraction of quarter link, 12. So there's actually 4 that I care about. Okay, so that's the issue. Is that the min actually needs to be 4 dot. We'll just do 0, 0, 1. Okay. Actually, though, I can. That's actually going to screw up more things than. I actually don't want the min to work that way. I think only if. Yeah, so I don't really want the min to be used in this calculation. Again, because
there's certain situations where the min actually doesn't matter. Max. So I don't care about it there. I do not care about it there, obviously, because it's already breaking. If it's a turn, do I care about it then? I probably do care about it then. Because yeah, you wouldn't want to. The direction of the distance between these two normalized. It is less than 0. Yeah, so yeah, again, this is like checking if it's within that distance. How do I... Again, so this one you check that it's at least in the right direction, right? So it can't be a door that's like this. Like the starting point is here, and then there's another one that's back here. But how do you stop the one that's like this? It's too like basically on the line. I basically want to make sure that the position I can do like the multiplying sign thing probably again. Okay. Again, probably I do. Does it matter which one I check? In this one, it doesn't, because they're parallel. So, if just a lot of things going on there. So I again want to take their 2 points. I want to add their multiply the position by the direction. Do I have anything here where I'm saying the direction? And I have something like basically there that tells me that I could just convert into a bool for future references. Okay. So bool point has x forward equals this. And then I can take that and I can use it in this situation where if point has x forward, I can do an else, if else. And then the if else that I'm going to be comparing is so basically I'm going to need whatever, I'm going to have my starting value plus the direction, and then I need to compare it to the other one's position, right? And see if it's positive or not. The question is whether or not the direction matters. It does, so I'm gonna okay, so there's a few things. So float, min distance. I guess I can do just the distance from them, the 2 points, right? And as long as it's in a certain direction and has a certain length, be fine. Yeah, so okay, so I'll just start by saying direction. I know this. Direction will equal. I'm setting any of these until actually in the method. So we'll have direction. I will have my I'll just call it value float. Start and float end. I don't know what to call these in something way better than that, so I'm just going to do that. So in this case, direction is going to equal to order link dot transform dot forward dot x. And I'll probably just sign it just in case. It's pretty much not gonna be an issue, but just be super careful. Sign. Okay. And then the start is going to be equal to And quarter link transform position. Plus my min max distance to corridor dot min times my direction. And of course these are going to be the x dot x. And then the end is going to equal to check a transformed up position. I do have to verify that. Right, if it's perfectly aligned. Okay, sorry. Just gonna quickly handle this case. So if going x forward and let's do this. And these two, so it has a point forward, and these dot z comma actually wait, no, don't need to go comma, dot is what's dot within rounding range of this guy. I'm a 1. 1's by default, so we can just do. So if they have the same position, or not this, and EX as the same position. Yeah. And then I probably want to just invert this, because if this is not aligned, need to check distance. And that's when I put in this stuff. Okay. 2 dot x dot x. Okay. And then in here I do dot z dot z dot z, and then okay, so now I did already add them in direction. How do I do that? How do I do that? My brain is just flipping out here. Okay. Water.
So really handling the direction, right? So if and this is already handled kind of in this. Let me just draw this out, okay? This will help me figure this out. So if I have two lines here, right? And then I add, I guess there are 2 points. So if I have a point here and a point here, and then I have, this is my first point, right? And so I know the direction is this way. And so I add a certain amount to it, right? And so I basically want to know if I've added something to it, whichever the way I've added, so if it's positive, I would want to know if it's greater than. If it's greater than, I guess if I would want to be less than. If I've added, and if I've subtracted, then I would want to be greater than be okay. But I guess I'm doing the opposite because I would just do continue if it's bad. So I guess there's a way to compare those combine those bools, right? So one is this thing positive, right? And if it is positive, I need to be greater. I need to be. Yeah, so in the case that I want to do continue, if this is positive and this is greater, so true and true, or if this is not positive and this is not greater, those who be fine. That'll be in one if statement. Okay, I can do that. So if direction is greater than 1, and not and equals start is greater than end. Continue. So just to explain this out for future me, because holy crap, that's a weird if statement. If positive direction and we greater is bad. Also, if negative and less than is bad. And there's obviously this potential that these are like equal, but the way I've set this up, it shouldn't be bad. Well, this has to be greater than 0. Saying probably won't matter, and you know, if in the future it does, then it does, you know, but I think that should handle situations. Else, yeah, it doesn't like that, but it actually does compile, so
Let's compile. Let's go. Assuming this works, I'm probably gonna go to bed. I always feel so sad because I like basically just get a couple of. I'm just gonna see if it works. And then... Oh crap! Yeah, okay. Aha! Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now that properly fixed itself. Whoa. Okay. Now that I'm not sure I can solve. Actually, it should be solved by the fact that I'm checking the nubs, right? Right, so in the section here, not overlapping in this. This is what it's checking, right? It should be checking this to see if it overlaps. It feels like it's not doing right. Because yeah, I should always be able to make one of those, and if these corridors are overlapping, then that's either a sign for basically these to connect to here, one of these two. Because it really should be able to. I'm surprised they. Which this is 56, and this is 50. Ah, so it decided to connect to there. Probably because of this one started. But yeah, it should have realized that. Oh, is it that? Yeah, so is it because... the bounds should have done that. Okay, so order 50. If I can quickly solve this, but otherwise I need to call it there. Okay. Alright, so it'll first figure out this one, right, which is fine. Oh, it's actually already made. Okay, interesting. That's so strange. This would have already been made, but it's... Wait, am I not adding... Order generator?
because when I create corridors, I spawn them, and in the end of the spawn thing, I add them to the corridor pieces. But I don't think I do that in this case. So, oh, because it is a room. It's not even a corridor, right? Maybe storage closet. This is the only situation I use, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make the exact decision to change corridor storage closets to corridor pieces. It's going. I'm probably somewhat close to signing off, but I've gotten some decent work on the map generation going. I was just having this issue, so I need to change storage closets into being a corridor piece so that when I create them here, I can then go to my corridor container and add corridor piece to storage closet, because otherwise they don't get tracked and it doesn't work out so well. I'll have to fix some prefabs to do that, but yeah. Neat. It's like, so is your day off that you get to hang out on? Do that, I guess, or is it? What are you doing a night shift of that you also have then a meeting working for GitHub? That's what I'm confused about. Or is the night shift a different thing that you're doing this meeting for? Right here. Okay, so before I do any recompiling here, go debug room, make this a quarter piece instead. Normal. See that everything is fine there. Go to here and go recompile. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just doing a little indie project. Cool. Getting an interaction system, so it's like the idea of like you can like point at something or walk over something and interact with it, or is it more complicated than that? You just generate it all. And actually it should be just fine. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's fix that issue. Kind of sad that it doesn't. I don't know why, like, this storage closet doesn't want to connect there, but maybe it's like. Maybe because, yeah, it probably collides with these two, so you can't, like, without connecting. You can't connect this one to this one without this one blocking it. Okay, so that's. At least it's fine looking though. Patient orbit inspection of. Okay. Interesting. I think I've solved the sections that were goofy on this map. I don't know if you've been capturing up, but this is kind of like what the map looks like, and then I have my dude now that can walk through this map, which I already had the dude previously. It's just walking through the procedurally generated map now, so it'd be cool. God. And this is like dark, and you can't see the end of the hallways, and then you're turning. I feel like that's gonna be terrifying. Oh god. It's like fully lit right now, and it still feels kind of claustrophobic and scary. Could just be me. Yeah. Anyways, I'm happy with that. I have fixed many issues with this procedural generation, and I should probably go to bed because, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely very. You definitely see the Wolfenstein visualization of it, even though I've never like played it, but I've definitely seen like visualizations of it playing because I get the very pixely vibe of it. So that will hopefully be next time. I will be able to get. I'll start getting the visuals back in, and I'll also probably try to populate rooms with some things in them at random. So yeah. Ooh, it's been a long day. 10, which is normally I've fallen asleep by now. So thanks for dropping in, though. It's good to catch up with you, and I hope your interaction system goes well. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. Oh, my dude's frozen. Hi. Dude, come on. There we go. The dude will say goodbye in the only way he knows how. That is a smack in the face. Yeah.